Hello, it's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. I'm live on my YouTube channel because it's time for Global Tarot Circle. We do this once a month, sometimes twice a month. It's where we get together tarot friends from all over the world. In the first half hour, it's an hour-long program. Join us for as long as you can. In the first half hour, we will read for each other with a very specific format. And in the second half hour, we will do some tarot study. I have a particular thing I'd like to discuss with you as far as tarot study, but I am open to going anywhere you want to go as far as what you might want to learn or discuss today in terms of tarot. Let's all welcome Michelle. Is it Ruins? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. Please correct my pronunciation. But Michelle here for the first time, thank you so much for being here. And a lot of you already know what to do. Let us know where in the world you are and what deck you're working with today. I am going to go right on over to Card Cam. Here we are. It's Card Cam. And you can see I am working with my cute Smith Waite Tarot Centennial Edition that comes in the tin from US Games. La Morena, you like my festive stuff going on here, right? I may change it a couple of times before, throughout the season because, it's fun, right? Oh, Teresa C. says there's a Mars occultation. I don't know what that means. Tonight, an hour before the Gemini full moon. Can you explain that? If you can. If you can't, it's perfectly okay. But if you can, I'd love to know more. Audrey M. in Delray Beach, Florida, using Witches Tarot, Ellen Dugan's. That's a great deck. I love that deck. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. And Justine, the reason that my tin looks blue is because I'm working with, this is green light, right? Not green light, green screen. This is my green screen mouse pad. So everything looks funny colored because it's a green screen. Katie Kondo, so nice to see you. From Massachusetts, Tarot of the Hidden Realm and Vision Quest using 2 decks. Yay. Yay. Night Wish. It's basically when Mars and the moon conjunct. Very good, very good. So let's see. Night Wish is in St. Petersburg, Florida, using the Golden Universal Tarot. And let's see. Nalini is in Panama City Beach, Florida, using Gilded Tarot. And Justine is in Houston using Spirit Wise. And Ashriel, nice to see you, using Tarot of Oppositions. Betty Flesher, using Clarity Tarot in Madison, Wisconsin. No, Madison, West Virginia. Sorry. Teresa C. Is using Light Seers. Claire C. in Port Charlotte, Florida, with your cute Rider-Waite Smith, which comes in a tin. Very good. And Miss Lisa H., nice to see you. Delray Beach using the Rider, Pamela Coleman Smith. Yep, perfect. Nice to see you. And Michelle is in Land O'Lakes, Florida, using Healing with the Fairies Tarot. Beautiful. Okay, and so from Teresa, Mars occult, the moon means around 9 p.m., Eastern time. Mars will visibly disappear behind the full moon for an hour and then come out the other side. Man, there's got to be magic associated with that, right? What do we think about the disappearance? So, what do we think about that? So, I'm thinking, which of the major arcana cards is most associated with Mars? Would that be the Tower? Mars, Tarot Association. The Emperor because of Aries? Yeah, it's the tower. So we should do some magic with the moon and with the tower tonight, shouldn't we? Wouldn't that make sense? Just thinking, let me know. Let me know. So we could really play with that. Right, in Austria, I was thinking the Emperor because of Aries and Mars, right? So, but the tower is directly related to Mars. But man, we could do smash the patriarchy magic here tonight with that. With the tower, the moon, and the Emperor. Or even better yet, bring the patriarchy into a better place of loving and fairness or something. I don't know. Talk amongst yourselves. Should we do magic in the second half tonight? And if so, what should the magic be? Given that it would be very literally the tower going behind the moon and out around. And so the tower is directly associated with Mars. The Emperor is associated with Mars because of Aries and the association of Aries and Mars. What would we want to do with that? Right? So think about that. Let me know. Let me know. Katie says, yes. Ashley says, oh, yes. So yeah, maybe we'll do that in the second half. It would be pretty easy. All right, let's see. Justine, tonight is the first night you have to start using your brand new unboxed Centennial. Kind of sad, but your OG deck got sticky again after you spent hours cleaning it over the weekend. I gotta say, it is the mark, man. When you have gray hair like I do, you will also have so many decks that you've burned through. It happens. It happens. Betty says, yes, always magic. La Morena's all down for smashing the patriarchy. Got to smash it, can't be fixed. Katie, I do remember the project I asked you to work on. Oh, Ashriel. Death associated with Mars as well. La Morena, that's the magic I had to create, and you're a belated birthday girl. Well, happy birthday to you. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So Ashley is in Florida and using Cat Tarot. Very good. See if there's any other introductions that I've missed as we get into our conversation tonight. Peggy Lou from Oak Hill, Florida. Tired but here. Love to you as well. Michelle, let's smash that patriarchy. Okay. Well, if that's where we're at, man, let's think about that. All right, so we'll do that in the second half. Now, we've got a lot of Florida people here, and of course, people all over the world are going to be coming to Florida January 20th through 22nd for StarCon. STAARCON. Go to the website, STAARCON.com. Our International Hybrid Tarot and Divination Conference. It is hybrid. That means you can join online or in person. It's being held in West Palm Beach, Florida. So y'all who are in Florida should definitely make the effort. Wherever you are, of course, you are welcome to join us either online or in person, as is easiest for you. Primary Feathers. Nice to see you. Tarot Creator, is that in Philadelphia? Or Philippines? Or we've just got PHILA. Is that a place I don't know? I don't know. But what deck have you created or are you working on? And we're so happy to have you here. Thanks for being here. So a special shout out, of course, to all of our members. You can tell who the members are because their names are in green. These are people who give monthly support to this channel, and we really appreciate you. And special shout out to the moderators. You know who they are because their names are in blue. And some of the moderators are also members. You know who they are because they've got a little sun after their wrench. So we appreciate all of that. We appreciate everyone for being here. And you know how else you can support this channel? Just hit like on this video, please. And if you're here for the first time, please subscribe and hit that bell. It is Philadelphia. Very good. Very good. All right. So here's what we're going to do in the first part of our time together. This is where we do readings. So here's what's going to happen. If you have a question, some of you have already put your questions in, and this is not a question about the cards, but a question for a reading. We will do these in the order in which I see them. I'm going to read the question. I'm going to pull one card and give my answer. Anyone else who wants to do the reading will put the name of the person they're reading for, the name of the card they got, and their interpretation. If you ask a question, then make sure you read through the comments to get the whole reading. So you're going to get a reading with a lot of cards, but it's going to be one card per person. Okay, so you've got 2 group decks, primary feathers, 2 group decks, Chromatic Fates and Woven Path, just funded, plus your own deck. That is fabulous. We really got to talk about getting you to present at StarCon 2024. Meanwhile, maybe come to StarCon 2023, online or in person. Seriously. All right. And yes, please do drop links. La Morena has asked for links absolutely correctly. This is a fine and safe space anytime throughout our conversation to drop links for anything that you got going on in the tarot world that you're proud of, that you want support for, that you would like to share. Drop those links. We're here to support each other. All right. All right. So let's get going with readings. I will take these in the order in which I see them. And again, if you would like to do these readings, go right ahead. We're starting with Nightwish. Nightwish is looking for advice on relationships. All right. If you would like to do this reading, at Nightwish, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And Nightwish, remember to read through and get your whole reading, not only listening to me and seeing the card I pull, but seeing what everyone else pulls too. This is a great exercise in speed reading and seeing how we can all work together to create a large reading for those who request. And we'll only be doing this for the first part of our time together. All right, so Nightwish. Page of Wands. Okay, so relationship advice. Communicate. Recognize that we are always learning. And so you're learning about relationships and you have to teach another person about relationships and about what you want and need in a relationship. So it's learning and communication. And remember to have fun. And remember that that spark, that chemistry has to be there. But just because there is spark and chemistry does not mean that that's the one. The spark and chemistry must be there, but there have to be other things there to make sure that it's going to work in the long run. All right, let's see what other people have to say. Okay. The next question I see is Nalini. Nalini, I want to thank you so much for being a member and for using members-only emojis. Your question is what I'm doing working? If you'd like to do this reading at Nalini Kalu, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, I would say it is. I would say it's working. It's happening. It's not working quickly, but it's happening. It's good. It's good. Okay, next question comes from DH. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at DH, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's take a look and see what we see. DH, what the universe wants you to know is there's conflict right now. Maybe conflict in your heart, maybe conflict around you. The thing is, out of conflict can come real success. Do not be afraid of the conflict that is necessary to create the success that you seek. All right. Okay, Nightwish wants to know, are the tin decks smaller? Yes. So for example, a standard size deck is like here. Tin deck like that, yeah. And that smallness is part of the reason we love them. All right. All right. Looking for the questions. Oh, DH, you're in Connecticut using the Rider Tarot. Fabulous. Okay, very good. So, Katie, that project I asked you to work on, is that like a question for the group, or where are we going with that? Oh, and Katie, thank you so much. Here we go. Okay, I got your question. We'll go ahead and do this one next. First of all, Katie, thank you for being a member. Secondly, thank you for the super chat. Let's just do this question. Just reached a major point in my physical recovery. I've been working on things on a spiritual level. What's the next step? If you would like to do that question, what is Katie's next step? And we are glad that you are healing. And thank you again for the super chat. What is Katie's next step? If you'd like to do this reading, at Katie Kondo, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What is your next step? To be patient, to take your time, and to think clearly on your goals. You only have so much time, you only have so much energy, so be patient and think clearly on your goals. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Next question, Ashriel Knight. Thank you so much for being a member, Ashriel. We appreciate you. I think I found my calling. Hang on a minute. I just overscrolled. Forgive me. We're doing Ashriel next. But I have to find... Here it is. I think I found my calling. I will refer to this as it. What does Spirit think of it? Okay. So Ashriel's been looking for a calling career-wise. And when we were doing, I don't know, some readings at some point, I came up with a bunch of ideas, and Ashriel's all like, yeah, tried all of those, but no. Oh, okay. So Ashriel is thinking about a calling as it. What does Spirit think of it as a calling? If you'd like to do this reading, at Ashriel Knight, the name of the card you get and your interpretation. Strength reversed. So that it's a major card is really very positive. If it were upright, it would be like 100% positive. The question is, what are the obstacles? And do not let the reversal, the fact that there could be some obstacles, get in the way. This is still a pretty positive reading. You just have to be clear about what the obstacles are and how you're going to get through them. Okay. Here we go. Next question, Diana Price. Diana, thank you so much for being a member here. Will I finally get some peace of mind and healing in the new year? Well, we sure hope so. If you would like to do this reading, at Diana Price, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, here we go. Seven of Swords, man. There is always something trying to steal that, but there's always something trying to steal that from all of us, from everyone. And so what you got to do is commit to not letting anything steal your peace. Okay, next question. Ashley, thanks for being here, Ashley. Will I get the new job I just interviewed for? If you'd like to do this reading, at Ashley, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Queen of Swords reversed. Let's see what other cards come up. This would say to me, it's not like a great positive on getting the job, first of all. But beyond that, there's a question about whether it's really the right job for you. There's a sense of perhaps needing to focus in on what it is you really want to be doing, and it may be that your impression of this job and what this job really would be might be two different things. So we'll see. Let's see what other people have to say. And of course, we wish you the best. Okay, next question, Justine Osina. We appreciate you so much for being a member, for being a moderator, and just for being you. I've been feeling pretty disconnected from my friends and family lately. It often feels like they aren't truly hearing me, or even that they don't see me for who I really am or don't care. This is not necessarily a new experience for me, but I feel fed up with trying to get through. Question is, what can my guides illuminate for me about this phenomenon I'm experiencing? All right, so if you'd like to do that question, at Justine Osina, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 10 of Swords reversed. The more that you feel like you belong with yourself, the more that you see yourself, the more that those who can really see you will be there and support you, and the more that those who can't will just be gone. So make it be about your relationship with yourself first and foremost. Okay. Thank you everyone for participating, for doing some great readings. I am just scrolling through trying to find the questions in between the readings. And trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. If it feels like I've missed someone, let me know. Hang on a minute here. Okay. All right, here we go. Just scrolling through. Okay. The next question is Michelle Ruins. Thanks so much for being here, for being new here. We hope you subscribe. We hope you see again. Are doctors going to come to a consensus about my illnesses? Well, I am so sorry that you're going through something like that. That sounds difficult. Let's see what the cards say. If you'd like to do this reading, at Michelle Ruins, name of the card you got and your interpretation. Is there going to be some consensus for diagnosis and treatment of the illnesses that Michelle is dealing with? Yes, yes, yes. 10 of Cups, yes. Yes, yes, yes. They will speak in accord. They will be in agreement, and there will be treatment, and it will be good. So I love that. I'm happy to see it. All right. All right, Quinn. Silly questions are allowed. Will Brazil win the World Cup? All right, we can do this. If you would like to do this, it's at Quinn Kilharius, the name of the card you got in your interpretation. How shall Brazil fare in the World Cup? Page of Wands, I think they have a good chance. Very good. Next question, Smile Soul 20. Thank you so much for being a member here. We really appreciate you. Thanks for being here tonight. My question is, what does the universe want me to know? If you would like to do this reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What does the universe want Smile Soul 20 to know? The 5 of Swords. So there are some battles that you have to fight. Stand up for yourself where you need to, but don't approach a fight that you're not willing to fight. okay? If there's something you need to fight for in your life, by all means, fight for it. But if you're going to be in it, be in it. Okay. Ashriel and I are both getting a lot of reversals tonight. Okay. Diana got Page of Cups for Brazil. That's cool. Okay, Peggy Lou Levens, thanks so much for being a member. Thanks for being here tonight. Here's the question. Am I pushing myself too hard? Health getting better or worse? What should I do? I've got lots to do and body is not cooperating. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Peggy Lou Levens, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. All right. Here we go. Peggy Lou, you do need rest. Your body needs rest to heal. And that is mental rest and spiritual rest as well as physical rest. Okay. Okay, very good. So from my perspective, I have gotten to the end of the list and we're getting close to the half-hour mark. So we're going to put out a last call for readings, y'all. If you have not requested a reading and you want to, now's the time to do it. If you have requested a reading and I accidentally skipped you, please forgive me and please reiterate. It's last call for readings. I am also now opening up the floor for questions about tarot. Do you have a question about a reading that you did that you don't understand? Do you have a question about particular cards, particular decks, particular spreads or techniques? Anything that you would like to ask a room full of tarot readers about tarot, now is the time. And we will just wait a couple of minutes for people to finish up readings for any other questions to come in. I'm going to save like the last few minutes for us to do our Mars magic tonight. So we will be preparing for that. And I do have an exercise I have planned to do with you. But the floor is open right now for questions for readings and questions about tarot. So get those questions in. The next question that I see is from Pippa. Thanks for being here. What is the energy in my relationship? If you would like to do this reading, at Pippa, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What is the energy in Pippa's relationship? I feel like there's not as much communication, there's not as much grounding as there needs to be. There may especially need to be communication about sort of mundane things, mundane tasks, who's doing what. Maybe one of you is feeling like the other one's not doing what they should be doing or they want them to be doing or that kind of thing. So there needs to be more communication, especially around the mundane. All right. Hey, Makeup and Fashion Insomnia, Wendy. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. Thanks for being here. Angel Lady, nice to see you. What does the universe want me to know about my husband's job? If you'd like to do this reading, at Angel Lady, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Death reversed. There may be some changes that you're expecting that will not change. I don't know if that's good news or bad news for you, but things that will not change. Okay. And I'm just going to take these in the order in which I see them. On Nightwish, we have a tarot question. Can the Devil card ever speak of negative spiritual activity? Or maybe even dark magic that the client is participating in? Have you ever seen that? I've personally never seen that with the Devil, but I've seen it with the moon, especially the moon reversed. That question is open to the floor now. Tag it Devil. Have you ever seen the Devil speak of dark magic? And if so, share your stories, please. All right, next question. It's a reading. Or is that more the moon? Nightwish says, or is that more the moon? For me, it's been the moon. And typically the moon reversed. Okay, next question is a reading. SJ, what would the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at SJ, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Oh man, this card is coming up for me a lot tonight. SJ, the universe wants you to know to lean into your creativity. Whatever it is you like doing that's creative, learn how to do it more, learn how to do it better, share it with others. La Morena, okay. How will my disability appeal go and what can I do? If you'd like to do this reading at La Morena Senpena, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, how will the appeal go and what can she do? Ooh! Well, what you can do is make sure you're well represented and speak your truth, but I think you have a good chance of getting this. Primary feathers. Can I have advice about creative projects? Of course. If you'd like to do this reading at Primary Feathers, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Ooh. Well, the advice is all your projects are good and this can be career. This can make you money. You really have skills here. You just have to ground in it and work and make it happen. You're at the beginning of your journey. And again, at Primary Feathers, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Next question, makeup and fashion insomnia. Should I move forward with my dream job? If you'd like to do this reading at Makeup and Fashion Insomnia, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Should I move forward with my dream job? Well, the thing is, Empress Reverse, the thing is the dream job may or may not turn out to be the dream job, but you can't help but move forward. Just make sure you have the time and money and energy and the resources to do it. But I would definitely move forward and see what happens. All right. Okay, and at this point, the floor is open primarily now for questions about tarot. Cards that indicate dark magic. Any of you think the devil? I really stand with the moon on that, although the moon can also be positive magic. The moon can also tell you to pay attention to your dreams. The moon can talk about the dangers that face us all on the path towards spiritual enlightenment. So go ahead, tag it devil. Let us know what you think about that. And I'm open for all of your tarot questions, but I want to get into what I wanted to talk about tonight. Oh, Nightwish, the magician reversed. It could be. Sure. Possibly. Sure. So, what I want to talk about is how we identify different qualities of the energy of tarot cards. Like, I'll always say there are no good cards and there are no bad cards. I mean, we'd all rather get the sun than the tower, but sometimes the tower is what you need. And sometimes the sun is that crazy narcissist, Any card can be good or bad. But we think about other sorts of binaries or other sorts of qualities. Cards that are slow, cards that are fast, cards that are warm, cards that are cool, cards that are full, cards that are empty. What sort of descriptors, what sort of adjectives or adverbs do you ascribe? What qualities do you ascribe to each card? And is that something that you play with at all? So go ahead and tag it card qualities. And let me know how you work with that, if that's something that you play with. And Angel Lady wants to know, what is the best way to learn tarot? Is it a daily practice kind of thing? And it doesn't have to be daily. Tarot's been around for almost 600 years. It will wait for you. I do like a card of the day, not as a reading, but just as this is the card I'm going to study today, this is the card I'm going to write about today, this is the card I'm going to think about today. So just pulling a card every day, writing about it in a journal. But also taking classes, reading books, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to play with it. Tag Learning Tarot and let us know what you think. And Diana had a question that I missed. I'm going back to Diana's question. Which good tarot card do you think can have the most difficult aspects and which bad card the best? And you wrote that before I started talking about qualities. So you and I are on the same wavelength here. I'm going to say with Sun and Tower, right where I started. Absolutely. Okay. And Quinn, can you explain how the Page of Pentacles reverse can speak about lack of communication? Sure. Because all the pages are about communication. Yes, Swords is about communication, but pages are also about communication. And so the Page of Pentacles reversed is going to be perhaps a lack of communication about mundane things. I don't want to talk about money. I don't want to talk about chores. I don't want to talk about time management, that kind of thing. There we go. I think I skipped a few things here. Okay. Let me know if I skipped anything else. JF1, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And thanks for being a member here, JF1. I haven't actually picked up a deck for a bit because 90% of the time, cards didn't match the situation, even looking back after the fact. Why does this occur to some people more than others, and how do you resolve the issue? Honestly, and I mean no offense when I say this, but my thought is you didn't dig enough to find the right interpretation. Sometimes the right interpretation is like right smack dab in your face and we'd all see it the same way. Sometimes you have to dig a little. And so it's having the patience to dig a little and figure it out. So like I would love it, as an example of this, if you would go back to your cards, ask some questions, pull some cards, write it down, and if it doesn't go the way you thought, come back and let us know, and so we can play with it. Now, the other thing can be in the way that you ask the question. You know, like sometimes we ask questions based on false assumptions. Like, for example, why does my boss hate me? Well, we have to start with, does your boss really hate you? Right? So it could be the questions that are asked. And sometimes the way we phrase the questions makes a difference. So there's that. If anyone has any other thoughts about that for JF1, when you feel like the cards don't match the situation. Okay. Let's see what else we see here. Right, Nightwish says, for me, some readings I put the cards down and it comes to me right away. Other readings are harder and take more work. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And any other thoughts about the best way to learn tarot? Diane, I hope I'm picking up your vibes and not vice versa. It can go both ways. I am not afraid at all, Diana. No, I am not. No, I am not. Okay, and what would you write about the card in your journal for learning tarot? So you might look it up in like 5 different sources. You know, every one of us now has a million tarot sources right in our hands. Google on the card and find many different sources. What's its number? What's its element? How do you feel about the image? How does it make you feel? What do you read about it? What do you think might be true about it for you this day? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Things like that. Write about it that way. And tag it tarot journaling and tell me other ways you might write about the cards. And Nightwish for predictive readings, To practice predicting outcomes in TV shows and movies. Yeah, I've heard that, especially for Lenormand readings, as a good thing. So that's a good practice as well. So primary feathers, Wheel of Fortune can have very different meanings in context, let alone reversed. So let's go back to talking about quality of cards. And Ashriel was looking for me to expound on that, and I will do that. Okay. What is a quality I see in this card? In the Eight of Wands, swift. The quality is swiftness. What adjective comes to mind? Swiftness, okay? Rather than slowness, for example. Here, in the reversal, the Six of Wands reversed, that might be a quality of slowness, right? And it doesn't always have to be speed. It could be hot, cold, fast, slow, that kind of thing. Okay. Peggy Lou says that JF1, in trying to find different interpretations, to research meanings in several books, suggesting Biddy, Tarot, Benabel, Wen, me, whatever. Betty, best way to learn tarot, take Christiana's classes and read her books and come to StarCon in person or online. Yay. And Justine, record your readings in a journal. Set up spreads in a journal with space to write for each card, and then fill it in and write about the cards as you go. Michelle, is there a best tarot deck to begin studying with, since some don't follow traditional tarot decks? So, when you think about that, you have to think there are numerous tarot traditions. There's the Waite tradition, and I'm a Waite reader, and so you'll find most of what I do, most of the people who like me are Waite readers, okay? Like this, Waite. Okay, there's also Crowley, there's Marseille, and then there's other decks, more modern decks, feminist tarot, that kind of thing. So it depends which tradition you want to play with, but I think in this group, most people would say start with a deck that is Waite or Waite-based. So what do I mean by Waite-based? So for example, Robin Wood is Waite-based. The images are different, but you can recognize them. They're close enough to the Waite images, right? So that would be Waite-based. Now, here's Heaven and Earth Tarot, and this is more Crowley-based. It uses Crowley keywords, as you can see. So did I just confuse you even more? And JF1 says that makes sense. That's good. Makeup and fashion insomnia. I struggle with a group of cards, like finding the story in a 3-card pull. So some of you who have been following me a while know that you know what I'm going to say, people. So yes, you can look for a story. First card, second card, third card. What's the story? Or here, let's do it. 3-card pull. Okay. So what might you see here? You might see two people who are having a hard time getting something done or working together with each other. If you try to do it as a story, first this, then this, then this, it might be you got to get out of your heart and get into just going forward, doing what you want to do, and don't worry if you win or lose. Just do it for fun, right? But you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say mush, moosh, smush, mush the cards together. You don't have to read them in any particular order. Put them together in the way they make sense. So for example, so here we got married, but now we're not happy together. So maybe we break up, or maybe we do something different, or it could be in our marriage we have a lot to learn about communication and the tools for a healthy marriage. Right? Ha! It's a rodeo, right? 2 people on horses. There you go. Okay. So let me know if that was helpful. Makeup and fashion insomnia. Anyone else have ideas for what to do with a group of cards? For learning the cards, Justine says, create a binder with pages for each card and fill in notes you find in the books. I was so all about tarot books for the first 2 years when I was learning because they're so interesting. Diana, I'm really working on the tower and starting to see the enlightenment in the tower. Yes! Eureka moments when the tower shatters. Yes. And Justine, going back to the binder, record interpretations that work for you here and there over time. Revisit past readings and keep the best, most resonant interpretations. Tarot question. Is there any particular card that eluded you for a long time, then suddenly clicked? For me, it was Judgment. For me, it was Judgment too. Yes. Yes. And anyone else? Cards that took a while to click, let us know. And Peggy Lou, do anything with Christiana's first and foremost if you want to learn tarot. Thank you. You know, partly because of y'all, I was voted the world's best divination teacher for 2022, y'all. Nightwish, I love the Rider-Waite. I'm apparently the only person on planet Earth that thinks that the Thoth deck is ugly, right? Oh, that was very helpful. Okay, good. Good. So my thing on quality of cards, just think about that. Like, what adjectives do you think about? Like here, what is the quality? Repetitive. Nightwish, I voted for you. Thank you. Stable. And see if you can come up just with adjectives or adverbs for the cards, the quality of the cards, and that can be really helpful. All right, friends, it has come time to do magic. So, and again, this is because of what's going to be happening with the moon in about an hour. Oh, JF1, card that never clicked for you is the Emperor. The Emperor can be hard because on one hand, it can be your dad, it can be the government, it can be an overlord. It can be stability and responsibility. Angel Lady still can't figure out that dang fish in the Page of Cups. You know, maybe we don't have to. Maybe we don't have to know why there's a fish there. Except, you know, if the Page of Cups is the student of love, and the fish comes out to say hello, and the page is going to take time to talk to the fish. I have so much love in my heart, I'm going to take time to talk to whoever pops up, even if it's just a fish. That's what I think about, right? Oh, thank you for your kind words. Right, Justine, empty versus full, right? Right? 4 of Swords might be empty. 9 of Cups might be full. Well, Justine, the Lovers is hard because it's not always romantic. It's about being able to differentiate between this and that, to figure out what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life and how you communicate about that. So the Lovers is a struggle. It's not just a relationship. Nightwish, my ex-boyfriend regularly came up as the Emperor reversed. He was super controlling, possibly a psychopath. Yeah, Emperor reverse can absolutely be sort of an overlord. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. And Justine, 4 of Cups is such a hard card because it's like, should I take one of those cups or am I better just to wait? No, thank you. I'll wait. I don't want that one, that one, that one, or that one. No, thank you. Or do I have to take a cup? That's the question. Some cards just ask a question. All right. From your decks, take the Moon, the Tower, and the Emperor. Is that what we decided on for this? Because of basically Mars is going behind the Moon. Oh, Wendy, thank you for your kind words. So find the Moon, the Tower, and the Emperor. There it is. And if you don't have your cards with you, that's okay. You can look at mine. Did we want to include death in it? And how did death get in there to begin with? Someone mentioned death. La Morena, fish are friends, not food. Ashriel, tell me, I've got death, but tell me why. I mean, I like it. Just tell me why. Give me a justification for it. Because I'm crap at astrology. I just want y'all to know that. I know a lot about what I know a lot about, but I don't claim to know what I don't know. And astrology, I don't have a lot of astrology. Getting more as time goes on, but I don't have a lot. Okay, are we still here? It looks like we're still here. I just had a power fluctuation, but I think my battery held. So I think we're all still here, right? Good. Mars is the, Marion K. Tarot comes on in, who's great at astrology. Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio. Marion, you are just the girl right on time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just have to find my Emperor. Okay. So we're looking for the Tower, the Moon, Death, and the Emperor. And once I have them, I'm going to assume you all have them too. And we're going to play with this as magic for what I have just been informed is going on in the skies in 1 hour. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, you can always trust Marion K. Tarot on these things and other things too. She was the one who predicted I was having twin grandbabies before anyone knew she was pregnant. Yep. Okay. So we have the Moon and these 3 cards, which all have to do with Mars. Okay, so what's going to happen is they're going to go behind the Moon, be invisible, and then come out the other side. Now, what is the power of the Moon here? Remember that the Moon transforms and changes. Remember that the Moon is reflective. Remember that the Moon is the constant symbol of feminine magical power. The power to create, the power to nurture, the power to transform. So Marion says the conjunction is in 3 hours, but the information we were working with is that it's Mars, and these are all cards of Mars, and that they're going behind the Moon. Do I get that right? Coming out the other side. And so, seems to me what we're looking for is how to transform these energies. And we can do it. We were joking about, or serious about, smashing the patriarchy, looking for real change in government, looking for real change in how authority works. But maybe it's in our own lives too. Maybe we want transformation in our own lives. Maybe we are ready for change. Okay, so Mars is in retrograde in Gemini. So do we want to put that in there? What do we want to do with that? Someone help me with this. Should we put the Lovers in here because Mars is in retrograde in Gemini at the same time? I think it makes sense. I'm making an executive decision. Lovers is in because if we think about the transformation that we want, so let's just say this is your life or this is the government. Mars is on top of the Moon, right? And Nightwish is having a hard time finding the Moon. So think about this as like the government or the rules or ourselves. And think about the autonomy that we want in our lives and our ability to make decisions and to be who we are. about the changes that we want in our lives and about how we might want to create real change, but perhaps to soften it in a way. You know, the lightning that strikes the tower is end lightning, but it's not easy. So what if we take all of this and take all of these. This may or may not be astrologically correct, but I'm liking the tarot magic, and I think it works with what everyone is telling me the astrology is. So whether you're thinking about this on a local level, a global level, a national level, or in your own life, think about the structures that are existing in your life that are not working for you. Think about the power that you want in your life to make choices and decisions, to make changes and breakthroughs. Think about that and hold that in your heart. See it as your vision. And now think about the moon as your own power to manifest, to dive into the spiritual mysteries. We don't know how it all works, but we know it works. To hold on to those mysteries. And in this time, when these energies are all together, to allow the light of the moon to bring illumination, to bring answers, and to bring empowerment. And hold that vision. All right. So, how's that? And that brings us to the very last minute of our time together. I do want to remind those who are members at the Star and Sun level that we have a Zoom gathering. The link for that is up on the community page. And I want to remind you that we have classes, and I've put up our classes for January as well. I will be back on tomorrow at noon Eastern Time with our Tarot Topics newsletter recap. I want to thank all of you and ask you to go ahead and drop your shameless self-promotion. Whatever you want us to know, whatever you want us to check out, whatever you want to share with us, please do. And I want to remind you to go to the StarCon page, STAARCON.com, get your ticket. Yes, Kanchan, we are done, like now. We're just saying goodbye now. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you could check in. We do Global Tarot Circle once a month. If you all haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, get your StarCon ticket. You can join us in person or online. You can join us for 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. The date of the Zoom, I think, is the 15th. I think. I'm checking. Yeah, it is Thursday the 15th, and our members-only class, where we're going to do manifestation for 2023, Tarot Magic and Prediction for the new year, December 29th, and we've got a couple of classes coming up as well. Okay. I want to thank all of you for contributing your thoughts, your ideas, your readings, and your energies to this. Really appreciate all of you. Thanks so much for being here, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you. Special thanks to the members, the moderators, all the subscribers. Please like this video. And if you're new here, please do subscribe. I will look forward to seeing all of you soon. And remember, I am always available for readings. I work while you play, so do not hesitate to reach out on evenings, weekends, and throughout the holiday season, as well as during the day. I'm here. Friends, Thank you all so much for being a part of this. Love to all of you.